Orale YouTube, this is Patos Locos, and I am going to show you my Darkom Dragon Zombie Teledead deck because I am cool. Let me start with the Darkom Dragon because everybody should know what this does. It has to do with dogs. 3 Caiuses because he's the best monarch in the entire world, and I get to pop something from your field. And if it's a dark monster, you can remove from play and you take some damage. Then I get to slap you with it. It's pretty cool. They got 3 zombie masters because I get to send a monster card from my hand to the graveyard, and I can special summon a level 4 or lower zombie monster from either player's graveyards. This is cool because if somebody runs a plague, I can take their plague and then I can synchro, and then they won't get to use theirs. Mizuki because he's pretty cool. The Blackwing Gale. Now I know he's a Blackwing, but I use it because he's the best tuner. And if he was a Blackwing, maybe I can use it for my Blackwing deck someday, and then I could slap it, and then I drop a Kalut. And then I slap him, and then I drop the Kalut, and then I give him more damage because the Kalut is pretty cool. Yes, Kalut. Plague, spread the zombie. He goes with any deck, but he's a zombie as well, so he's pretty cool. Armageddon Knight, so I can dump Plague or other zombies and then use a zombie master. Spirit Reaper because he's pretty cool and I get to put them in defense and they won't go through my life points. Pyramid Turtles because I can, when he gets destroyed by battle, I could bring a zombie monster with 2000 or less defense from my deck, and I can special summon it because it's a Pyramid Turtle. I run 2 Pyramid Turtles. Goblin Zombie because when he inflicts battle damage, they drop the top card from their deck, and then when he gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I can add a zombie monster with 12 or less. I can bring out the plague from my deck to my hand. I run 2 because it's semi-limited. Crebons because it's an anti-OTK, could bring it into the field in attack mode, and I get to keep paying 8, and he's a tuner because he's pretty cool. I run 2. The Hedgehog because he's pretty cool too. He's in the graveyard, and I control a face-up tuner monster because special summon it. Make it easier for me to synchro. There's the monsters. Then it comes to magic, the green cards. The Book of Life because it's pretty cool, and you get to special summon a zombie monster from my graveyard, and I can also remove a monster from their graveyard from play. I run 3 of them. Book of Moons, I could bring a Book of Moon, and then they could put their monsters in face down defense. 2 Pata Avarices because if I have 5 or more monsters in my graveyard, I can use it to put 5 monsters back in my deck and draw 2 cards. It's draw power, and he looks like Hitler. Lightning Vortex, they discard a card, and I get to rid the field of their monsters. But if they have Stardust, then I'm screwed. Creature Swap, I can summon a weak monster in attack mode, and then I use Creature Swap, and then I give it to them, and then I can use their monster to slap them. Emergency Teleport, this is for the Crebons. So, in case if I don't have a tuner and I want to synchro, I could use Emergency Teleport to bring the Crebons. I got 1 Burial, because you know what Burial does? It could bring my Mizuki and my Plague back into my graveyard. The staple cards, Mystical Space Typhoon, Mind Control, Brain Control, they pay 800 to take your monster. A Foolish Burial, because I get to dump the Mizuki from my deck into the graveyard. Heavy Storm, staple. Here comes the trap cards. You got the Bottomless. Somebody summons a monster, it gets removed from play. Threatening Roar, because they cannot declare an attack. Solemn, because it's a staple. Call the Haunted, staple. Dust Tornado, when I flip it, I get to destroy the spell or trap card, and then I can also set a spell and trap from my hand. It's pretty cool. Divine Wrath, in case they summon the Stardust, I can discard a card from my hand and negate the activation of a card effect monster. It's pretty cool. Now, for the synchros, Revival King Hades is pretty cool. I get to negate the effects of effect monsters that I destroy in battle. He's only 2450, but he's pretty cool. Colossal Fighter, because he's also cool. I get to slap, and then if they beat Colossal Fighter, I can bring it back. He's pretty cool. Archfiend Zombie Skull. I don't normally bring it out, but if I do, it's pretty cool. I'm sorry. Mistworm. Yes, when I summon it, when I get a synchro summon, I could return up to 3 cards from my opponent into the hand, that I can slap him. It's pretty cool. Thought Ruler Archfiend. He's a pretty cool psychic. It makes it pretty cool. Stardust is the most coolest synchro. He's pretty cool. Gaia Knight, he's a normal one, but he's a beat stick. He's also pretty cool. Psychic Life Transfer, yes, I got one. He's pretty cool. Doom Kaiser Dragon, I can use this so that I can take their Plague Spreader, and then I can synchro for Stardust, because Stardust is pretty cool. Bryonic, yes, he's a snowflake, and he's like, I could discard my hand, and then if they have cards, I could return it, and then I could slap them, which is pretty cool. Red Dragon Archfiend, when I slap, all their defense, when I slap a defense monster, all their defense monster dies, and it's pretty cool. 3000 attack. Another Gaia Knight, also pretty cool. Bait for my Goyle Guardian. In case if they use up their bottomlesses, then I can bring Goyle, and then I can slap their monster, and then I can bring their monster into my side of the field. Goyle Guardian is pretty cool. And then Black Rose, because I could summon it, and then I could blow up the field. Black Rose is pretty cool. Now, I got some cards from my friend. He said that he's selling a Ghost Sarcophagus, which is pretty cool, and a Shiba Warrior Tyro. This is also pretty cool in case if I put it to defense, but the only problem is if he sees violence, he has to get returned. But he's a tuner, so he won't last on the field, which is pretty cool. He has a Stardust, which is pretty cool. The Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is not that cool, but he's still cool. Thought Ruler Archfiend, which is pretty cool. I love Thought Ruler. He's pretty cool. Goyle Guardian, which I believe is one of the best synchros. This slap, and then I take your monster. Is pretty cool. This is the Goyle bait, what I like to call it. Case if they have a bottomless set, instead of getting Goyle, I could bring this guy out. Then they could bottomless, and I can bring Goyle out, which is pretty cool. Mistworm, which is pretty cool. Black Rose, which is pretty cool. And Colossal Fighter, which is also pretty cool. So that's my friend's cards. He said he's going to sell it. In case if someone wants to buy that, it is also pretty cool. So there you go. This is my deck, and then I'm planning to run a Hopeless Dragon deck, which is also pretty cool. So when I build the deck, I can show it to you YouTube. It is pretty cool, and maybe I could run a Blackwing deck so that I can use Kalut. Which Kalut is pretty cool. I can dump the Kalut. They summon the Gale, and then I have the attack, and then I slap their monster, and then I dump the Kalut, which is pretty cool. Okay. Bye, YouTube. Pretty cool. Drop the Kalut.